Yeah, what's good, cryptocurrency fans out there? Welcome back to the Everything Altcoin channel. Today, we're going to be talking about Flock. Flock is looking crazy. It's looking like it's about to be a banger on the base ecosystem. Now, we're about to have a crazy base season, and I do have an upcoming video for base that we're going to be talking about because there's a lot of base projects that is looking undervalued and primed to really shoot up in price. One we already talked about in the name of Giza, and there's a few more that I'm going to put on your radar just for you guys to check out because it's getting crazy over there. But before we get into talking about all of that, I would like to ask you guys, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. We're on the road to 20k subscribers. If you guys would like to help out with that, hit that red subscribe button. Don't forget to like the video, comment what you guys think down below, and while you guys are down here, you guys can hit that Discord link to join the Discord to continue the crypto conversation we're having daily. And you guys can ask your most important question. You guys can ask how the Patreon group works. As you guys know, we have been getting into some bangers, making some good calls, and Patreon is running a nice little discount as of right now that you guys can try it out to get your feet wet for the first month. Check it out, right? Also, check out my ebook to the essentials to mastering tokenomics. This will help you guys pick out the next gem in your cryptocurrency portfolio. Once you're able to understand FDV, market cap, circulating supply, all of the important things that go into a cryptocurrency, you guys will be better prepared to pick out the next gem in your crypto portfolio. So check out that. Links will be in the description and in the comment section down below. And let's get right into the video, guys. Today we got Flock, right? It's sitting at 20 cents as of right now at a $22 million market cap, fully diluted evaluation of $203 million. As you guys can see, this is the max price chart here. You guys could have got it about 8 cents and had ran pretty much up to close to 30 cents, but I think this is taking a little rest before it takes the next leg up. You guys already know we called this out in the Discord a little bit earlier, so we're looking pretty decent on this one as of right now. We're positioned for this to actually take off. This and Giza has been some nice plays, and of course there's a few other ones on base that we're going to be talking about as well, right? As you guys can see, 5 months ago it did hit his all-time high of 62 cents, so it's only down 67% from his all-time high. That is nothing too crazy. I do believe we're going to reach that pretty quickly here. Now 0xJeff has made a Substack article talking about Flock, and I have told you guys to follow 0xJeff a bunch of times, pretty much, right? This is how you guys stay ahead of the game. Once you're able to understand the trends and what's going on in crypto, you're able to pick out some decent plays on the open market, and following someone like 0xJeff gets you a leg up in the open market. So Flock, the new Bittensor for AI applications. Think of Flock as a combination of Bittensor, new research virtuals equals competition plus collaboration and distribution in a single ecosystem. So Masari also did drop an article here, which is called the State of Flock.io Q1 of 2025, right? But before, if you guys don't know what Flock is, basically it's a decentralized AI development platform combining blockchain infrastructure with privacy preserving machine learning, right? It has 3 different components, which is going to be their AI arena, which is basically for training their AI models. And we're going to talk about some of the AI models being trained, especially they got a new partnership with Demo. They also got the Flock Moonbase for model marketplace, right? The FL Alliance, which is going to be for the collaborative fine-tuning using federated learning. So in Q1 of 2025, Flock recorded 4,728 training submissions and over 410,000 validation submissions, indicating that each transaction output was evaluated multiple times. This highlights the protocol emphasis on thorough distributed model assessment before rewarding allocation and reflects on strong engagement across both roles. Now, during Q1 as well, Flock launched their FL Alliance in a closed beta, introducing multi-round federated training on private data sets with on-chain role assignments and stake-based reward / mechanism to enforce honest participation. Now, the federated learning is basically AI models are trained on local devices, and the only parameters are shared, right? So that means not raw data. Improved privacy and data security. Traditional federated learning still relies on centralized services though. Now, another big thing is that in March, Flock released their Web3 AI agent model, a domain-specific LLM trained on real-world blockchain data and benchmarked to outperform GPT-4o, Gemini Flash 2.0, DeepSeek v3 on Web3 tasks. Early adopters include IONET, Open Gradient, Hashicorp Chain, which are deploying the model for decentralized agent tooling, DeFi analytics, and developer-facing applications. So it's already being used. As you guys can see, they have some good integrations with 3, and I think there's going to be definitely more integrations to come. Now, after Messari did drop this article, I'm not going to lie, Flock started to pump a little bit, right? So this is now people are starting to pay attention to what Flock is putting out and what Messari is also putting out. Now, it's funny that even Jeff said that Flock is basically the new AI application, the new Bittensor for AI applications, and they also do have a Bittensor subnet here called Flockoff. So Flockoff is a Flock Open Federated Framework. It stands for Flock, which is Federated Intelligence Clusters. Open, which is going to be permissionless participation. Federated, only nodes collectively coordinate and aggregate computation with data privacy, secure, decentralized, privacy preserving coordination. And then you're going to have the framework, a robust pipeline for decentralized AI training and validation. So Flock's vision for building this subnet is basically to compress large domain data sets into compact, information-rich ones that dramatically improve the efficiency and quality of federated learning on the edge. Think of Flockoff as permissionless lab pushing forward edge AI. Anyone can participate. Miners can create high-quality data training sets. Validators can evaluate and fine-tune small language models, and all activity is coordinated in a privacy-preserving, decentralized fashion. So you guys can see there's a lot going on for Flock as of right now and where their vision is going to be. Not to mention the founder himself actually got invited to the House of Lords, the UK Parliament. So this happened back a few days ago, sorry. June 2nd here, right? So that is happening. They're also going to be at the Paris event. I forgot what that thing is going to be called, but there should be some other news that's going to be coming out from there. And I told you they even got into a partnership with Demo, you know, the DPIN project, right? So Demo drivers, your daily commute just became more valuable. Every mile you drive generates data that AI companies desperately need, right? Connect your data to Beacon protocol to earn and get personalized AI driving recommendations, right? So they're doing this basically with Flock, Beacon, and Demo, right? And now you got the CFO, right, of Flock putting out this tweet: behold to the Demo network AI training task. Demo already has 1.7 million vehicles equipped. Once Moonbase takes off, this could truly soar to new heights for all Flockers. Now, we told you one of the 3 main components of Flock is their Flock Moonbase, which is going to be for the model marketplace. As you guys can see here, you guys can go ahead and check out the marketplace itself, and I'm pretty sure you can actually participate in the marketplace yourself, right? As task creators, define desired models and submit tasks to the platform, right? So there's a lot of things you guys can go ahead and do, and I think this is going to be a good way to build out this marketplace here. So of course, now going into the crypto rank here, you guys are looking at the fundraising here. It doesn't specifically tell you how much, but they raised $3 million here back December. This is pretty much last year. Animoco Brands, GSR, this is a market maker here. Fambushi Cap. You got OX Ventures. So that's pretty much all that we're seeing here. Of course, OX Ventures invested twice. One at they raised $6 million back in March, and then raised another $3 million back December here. And then of course you had the launch pools here from Gate.io, Bybit here. So this is some interesting fundraising here. Now, investing is where things get a little interesting here. As you guys can see, from community, you got the ecosystem. These are the only 2 that's going to be ongoing. The team and advisors and investors don't really start to about, what is this? This is looking like December 2026, right? A 1-year cliff. Pretty much that's when it gets started for them. All right. But you guys go look at the vesting here. From here by October 2025, you're looking at about 22.3% of its total supply being unlocked, which would be $46 million, basically $47 million. Now, if we plug that into the coin perspective here, you guys can see market cap will be $46 million. Right now, if it did pretty much got up to about 2 cents, you're looking at about 922% gain, which isn't too bad, right? But seeing as a lot of the tokens are being staked, as you guys can see here, this is the start of June here. 43.1 million flock, which is basically $6.25 million, has been staked with the average lock time of 265 days, right? Meaning 104 million GM flock has been minted, right? So this is a big W for the GM flockers for a long-term belief. But think about that. That's been about $6 million, $6.25 million stake, right? Taken off the open market and staked for 265 days. That's a long time. And if this continues to grow, this has some true potential. If more tokens continue to be staked and it becomes a pretty big supply crunch here, this could possibly hit $892 million if it hit that $4 mark, right? That's a 19x. This is pretty good from these prices as of right now. We're still very early onto what Flock is doing. I'm a pretty big believer in Flock. This is one of the 3 base AI projects that I'm huge on as of right now. But you guys let me know how you guys feel about Flock, right? Let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. As you guys know, we're on the road to 20K subscribers. So I'll check you guys later. Peace, YouTube.